You ever feel like your future is just something that happens to you? Like you're just a passenger along for the ride? Well, today, we're going to flip that idea on its head. We're going to dive into the concept that you, yes you, hold the blueprints, the tools, and all the power to be the architect of your own life. So let's get into it.
And this quote right here from Abraham Lincoln is our launchpad for a reason. It totally reframes the future. It's not about guessing what's coming, it's about building what's coming. So forget about crystal balls. This is a call to action. It's time to pick up your hammer and wrench because we're talking about construction. All right, so if we're going to build something new, first we have to clear the land. And what's the biggest thing that usually gets in our way, honestly? It's our own past. It's so easy to fall into these comfortable routines, these familiar patterns. And before you even realize it, yesterday's habits have already decided what tomorrow is going to look like.
And I want you to take a second here and be really honest with yourself. Just think about one area of your life. Could be your career, your health, maybe a relationship. Are you kind of stuck in a loop? You're hoping for a different outcome, but if you look closely, are you just doing the same things over and over again?
And look, let's be super clear. This isn't about judging ourselves. Not at all. It's about recognizing a very, very human trap that we all fall into sometimes. It's that classic struggle, right? Between the comfort of that old armchair and the desire to see a totally new destination. That cycle, that's the real enemy of progress.
The solution is actually so simple, it's almost funny. You just can't keep driving down the same exact road and somehow expect to end up in a new city. It just doesn't work that way. The future you really want, it's not just going to appear out of thin air. It all starts with one small, conscious choice to just turn the wheel. Even a little bit. That's it. That's the moment change actually begins. Okay, so deciding you want to change, that's step one. But the how? Well, that can feel huge, right? Like, where do you even begin? The good news is we don't have to guess. There's a really simple framework that breaks it all down into an actionable, non-scary starting point.
And here it is. It's just a simple two-step plan. It all kicks off with step one. You got to figure out what truly, deeply matters to you. What are your non-negotiables? Is it more time with family, creative freedom, financial stability? You have to know what your North Star is before you can navigate. Then, and only then, you can move on to step two, actually deciding on the destination.
And this is how we make that big, scary question of where do I want to be feel totally doable. We just break it down into chunks. Forget 5 years from now for a second. What's one real thing you want to accomplish in the next 3 months? What does a win look like a year from now? The point here isn't to have some perfect, rigid plan set in stone. It's about building a roadmap that gives you some direction and gets the momentum going, starting right now.
So you've got your roadmap. Awesome. But a map is totally useless if you don't have any gas in the tank. And for this kind of journey, the fuel is your mindset. Because, let's be real, a brilliant plan paired with a mind full of doubt, well, that's like a beautiful sports car that looks amazing, but is never, ever going anywhere.
I really want you to let this idea sink in for a minute. Think about that big goal you have. Yeah, that one. The one that feels just a little bit crazy. The very fact that you can even imagine it means you already have the raw materials inside you to make it happen. Your mind isn't trying to mess with you. It's showing you a little preview of what you're actually capable of. So what does this look like in the real world? It's basically a 3-part action plan. It starts with genuinely believing in your journey, trusting the path you've set for yourself. That belief is what fuels intentional action, day in and day out. And while you're taking action, you're also preparing, you're learning, you're growing, you're connecting. That way, when opportunity finally knocks, you're not just hoping to get lucky, you are ready to open that door.
So, we've talked about breaking old habits, we've talked about building a new roadmap, and fueling the whole thing with belief. But what's the glue that holds all of this together? Well, it all comes down to one single, incredibly powerful idea that doesn't happen way off in the future, but right here in this very moment. This quote just brings it all home, doesn't it? Your future isn't some big event you're waiting around for. No, it's being built right now in this collection of tiny, deliberate choices you make all day long. It's choosing to read a chapter instead of scrolling, making that one tough phone call, sticking to your plan. Each one of those choices is a brick, and you're laying them one by one. That is how a future gets built. So let's bring it all the way back from some big 5-year plan to the next 5 minutes. Based on everything we just covered, I'm going to leave you with one final question. What is the one small, deliberate choice you will make today that puts another brick in the foundation of the future you want to create? Because really, that's where it all begins.